The Flying Fortress, the B-17, has become an icon of American power. The crew members who flew the bombers during World War II were real heroes.
They were flying these airplanes over enemy territory for 8-10 hour missions in very hazardous conditions, everything from the freezing weather to the flak and fighters. And I mean, they were just brave guys. And then this Memphis Belle airplane kind of highlights the fact that not many people ever made it 25 missions. And this was one of the first airplanes, or this is a replica of the Memphis Belle that was one of the first to make 25 missions. The way they planned the mission was they would decide how far they needed to go, to what city they were going to. They'd figure out how much fuel they had to carry for that, and then they would figure how many bombs they could carry and still have enough fuel to get back and forth. Then they would figure out how many airplanes they needed to take out there to deliver the amount of tonnage of bombs they wanted to drop.
There's not much space inside the Flying Fortress for the crew, which usually consisted of 10 to 13 people.
The nose of the airplane is what housed the Norden bomb sight, and actually just very few airplanes would contain that Norden bomb sight. Just the lead airplanes on a bombing run would have that, and the other airplanes would drop their bombs. They called them toggeliers on the lead airplanes dropping of their bombs. And then just aft of him, you'll notice on some airplanes they have the Astrodome there, but that was where the navigator would sit, and it was his job to plot their course and get them very close to where they needed to be. Then the bombardier would take over and do the bombing run over where they were trying to hit. And then now you go upstairs into the cockpit, and that's where the pilot, co-pilot, and they had a top turret operator. He was also called the engineer. So you had 2 guys in the nose and 3 guys in the cockpit area. So the engineer was a kind of a mechanic, knew the airplane very well, but he would operate the top guns. And then as you go back, you went through the bomb bay. Then the radio room was just after that. The one radio operator sat there. And then farther back, you had the 2 waist gunners, the ball turret guy. That was the one place I don't think anybody wanted to be, but it turned out after the war they tallied it up, and that was really the safest place people were, because you were in a small confined area and you had a lot of bulletproof armor around you. So as unpopular as it was to be picked as a ball turret guy, it turned out to be the safest. And then we said the waist gunners, and then in the very back you had the tail gunner, and that position was determined to be the most dangerous. Once you lost your tail gunner, you were probably going down.
You can almost imagine what it must have been like. The smell of the fuel, the noise of the gunfire, not really knowing what's going on around you.
One of the pilot sayings are, there's so many hours of boredom and then moments of stark terror. And I'm sure that's a lot of what these veterans were up against there, is that there was long flights to get where you were, and all of a sudden it'd be just terribly exciting and scared of what they were running into. One guy was telling us how he was one of the first crew members to get an electric suit because they were so cold up there. They were having to be able to go higher and higher, and they needed these electric suits. He was in the ball turret, and he's all squashed in there. It's a very tight area. He's in the ball turret. He gets so cold he turns on his suit and it shorts out and starts electrocuting him. So he pulls up his shirt and he's got this huge scar on the side of him where he got fried with the electric suit. But after he got patched up and got back and was flying again, he said he was just always real reluctant to turn that suit on, but it always got cold enough he wanted to turn it back on. The Liberty Foundation was founded by Don Brooks. His father was a tail gunner on the original Liberty Belle B-17. And Don's father passed away many years ago, but Don had always wanted to restore another B-17 and put it in the colors of the Liberty Belle, just like his dad flew, because he knew what it meant to his dad and all those veterans and all. And so he's gone on some very interesting missions over the years to recover B-17s and restore them. And we're in the process of restoring the Liberty Belle airplane now. But right now, to help us do that, we're touring the Memphis Belle airplane. We're able to give rides in it.
Flights for the public will be available tomorrow, November 4th. Anyone seeking information can call 918-340-0243 or visit libertyfoundation.org.